Hey y'all, Darla here with Growing Tropical, and in today's video I am going to be planting up some beautiful Walleriana Impatiens. And if I had to say one of my favorite all-time flowering plants, annuals would be, Impatiens would definitely be on my list. I've been growing impatiens for most of my gardening life, and they are absolutely beautiful. I love the way they look in hanging baskets. I love the way they look planted in the landscape. I love when they're put in wreaths. I love impatiens just period. They are so beautiful, and they come in so many different colors, and you can mix and match, or you can go with just one particular color. And impatiens are an annual plant, and usually here in South Florida I can start growing them, or they are available in the nurseries actually pretty much year round, it seems like. But I usually start getting them like around February, March, and even into April. I start trying to get them into containers and in the landscape, and they will actually last me right through the summer months if I make sure that I have them in a very shaded area. Now, impatiens are shade. They grow in the shade. They can take a little bit of a dappling sun. If you don't live in a climate like for me, I live in a zone 10 here. So if I were going to, for example, grow them out in my landscape, much like I'm going to be doing here, I have to make sure that as we go into our hot summer months, that they do not get that hot afternoon sun at all. And as a matter of fact, where I'm going to be growing these, they're going to be getting a filtered light through all of these palm trees, and they should be okay. We just have to be really careful with growing them in any type of like a sunlight, a direct sunlight here in South Florida. Even in our winter months, we have to be really careful because our sun it's just so intense here. But anyway, with all that being said, impatiens are absolutely beautiful, and I just love them. And I just think that when they are put in the landscape, oh my gosh, I love driving down the road and seeing people have them just in clusters, in drifts. They're absolutely beautiful, and especially in a shady area, because they add just that pop of color in those shady corners of the yard. But what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be planting up these impatiens directly behind me in this flower bed. I'm going to go ahead and start in the far left corner here. I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to turn into this area right here. Now I have to be very careful because I don't want to go in the front of the flower bed, because we start getting more of a direct sun, especially as we go into in the summer months. As that sun starts going overhead, we start getting more of a direct sun. I've got these palm trees like all here in the center, and that will be the dappling light that comes in. But over towards the south side, it seems in the morning hours, that sun till around, I don't know, about 1 o'clock, that sun comes in over on that south side, and it just beats in just a little too much. I tried, and I could not grow my impatiens for very long. Only maybe if I put them in now, would be lucky to keep them through April. So I don't want to do that. I'd like to be able to keep them going through the summer months. So another one little thing that I want to add about impatiens too is many years ago, the impatiens developed a downy mildew, and they were resistant to pretty much anything that we tried to use on them. And so we would buy these beauties, and we would bring them home, and we put them in our landscape, and they would just get this ugly little white mildewy leaf looking on them. And so they pulled them from the market for a little while, and I was so disappointed, which is when they started coming out with like the New Guinea impatiens and sun patients and those types of things. And while those are pretty, they're okay, I prefer these. These are a much softer look. They're probably not as hardy as what a sun patient actually is, because the sun patients, you can grow them in the direct sun, whereas obviously these you can't. There are some other, the New Guinea impatiens, I believe, they are shade. I don't believe that they are very tolerable of the sun as well, but I don't really care for the look of the leaf. It's just a matter of preference, I guess. And I grew up, my mother used to grow the impatiens, and so I grew up watching her plant the impatiens, and I just developed a love for them. So I was super excited to see them come back on the market with and these are called the Beacon, actually. I believe they make other brands, but these are the Beacon impatiens. And they are supposed to be resistant to the downy mildew. So I am super excited for that because I'm really looking forward to being able to grow these impatiens back in my garden again without having that ugly mildew that we get on them. So what I'm going to be doing is, like I said, I'm going to be planting these up, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll take a look at that pretty pop of color that they actually add. Okay, all planted. Let me give you the tour of what they look like. It's getting a little dark out here, which seems to be it seems to be what I do. I'm a nocturnal gardener here. But as you can see, as I get closer, look at how pretty they are. They're just babies right now, all along in here. But what I did was I went ahead and I alternated. I did like orange, and then I did purple and orange. That way, as they get bigger, there'll be just a mix of color in here, which will be really, really pretty. But I planted them all up in here, all over, down over into here. Now these guys right here, these are actually New Guinea impatiens are what these are. I believe these were, I don't think these were listed as sun patients. I think these were just New Guineas. So I went ahead and left them because they still look, pretty good or whatever. I have a hard time getting these guys to bloom. I'll probably have to put some fertilizer, like some bloom booster or something on there, extra phosphorus or something. But anyway, I ended up having to stop right into here because as we go over into this area, over into there, we get a lot more sun on that side, and so I have to be very careful. So what I'll do is I'm going to put some color over in here as well, and I will be putting it on video so I can show you guys exactly what I'm going to be putting in. I'm not entirely sure. I have a couple of ideas as to what I would like to put in, but I wanted to give you guys a look at what this is all going to look like. And of course, as they grow and they get big, I probably put them a little closer together. I think they say, you know what? I'm not exactly sure what they say. Let me look and see real quick what the actual, just goes to show you, I don't pay attention a whole lot because I like things put together really, like I like to be able to space them really close together so I can get a bigger impact. And you could do that and space them probably the way the growers tell you to, but it just takes a couple more months for them to actually get bigger. And I like that instant impact. But it says on here, let's see if it actually tells us. You know what? Oh, here it is. It says to space 8 to 10 inches apart, and they get anywhere from 10 to 12 inches high. So I probably put them a little bit closer. There might be one area in there, but for the most part, I like to put them like just nice and close together. So I do have about a tray and a half of them that are left, and I may just go up into like the area over in here. I may try to push it a little bit and go up into this area right here, but I'm gonna have to be really careful because I don't want it to, you know, if it gets too much sun. So I'm gonna have to just kind of come out and check out, you know, exactly what the sun situation is right in that area. But anyway, again, it's starting to get very dark out here. I hope you guys were able to see that type or to see this before the sun went too low. And I will be giving you updates as to what they look like. And I will also be showing you, I'll be making another video to show you guys what color and what type of plant actually in colors that I'm going to be putting in the front part of the walkway. So you guys, it's been great. Like I said, I always end my videos with, I love this. It's a passion of mine. And I sure hope that if you are watching this, that you enjoy the content. And please don't feel, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know if there's something else that you are interested in. And let me know what you think. And if you like the video, obviously give it a thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe. So until the next video, you guys, bye for now.